Hi. I just wanted to check in basically. It's the 22nd of April. 2022 is a great number for me in my life. It has many synchronicities. It shows up a lot in terms of spaces that I've lived in, times that appear when I check the time on my phone, on my iPad, or etc. Um, like street numbers, phone numbers, birth dates. The 22nd shows up a lot, and it's always a good sign. It's always a positive thing. It's like 22 is one of my lucky numbers. Um, so yeah, it's the 22nd today, so that's a good thing. It's a good day. But I wanted to check in because I was wondering, I guess, and I wanted to share about like how I've actually been feeling today. It's quite strange actually. Today is the first sunny day after we've had like quite a lot of rain for the last week, and today is the first sunny day. And I was expecting to feel uplifted and cheerful and really happy and upbeat, and I felt the opposite actually, and it's completely thrown me because I've been doing really well. I've been feeling really, really good, really happy, really content in my little routine, and I haven't actually had to deal with that much fear or anxiety or worry or grief around what's going on in the world. I've sheltered myself away from the news quite a bit, just so I can manage my feelings and manage my fear. And then yeah, today I woke up and I was just I feeling really sad, feeling all of this grief again, and feeling profoundly lonely, and really confused by it. Like, where has this come from? When I went to bed last night, I was feeling completely fine, and then I wake up and then suddenly I'm not feeling fine anymore at all. Um, and and so I spent the day kind of like trying to muddle through this new feeling, and deal with this shift and work out, like, what is it, where is it from, what's causing it. And the only thing that I can really conclude is that it's coming from outside. It's not me. It's a collective thing, and I picked up on something, and something must have happened out there in the world somewhere, something big enough to shift the feeling, that the general feeling that people are experiencing, um, and then affect me, because I don't think this is my loneliness or my grief. I think it's triggering me so that my loneliness and my grief, my own personal stuff, is coming up and out, and I'm pointing fingers and going, oh, it's that, it's that, it's that, and trying to blame stuff in my life. But I actually think it's a collective energy. It's an energy that's out there, that's separate from me, that I'm picking up on. And I guess, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there and share it, because I think we're going through very different, very changeable times, and we don't quite know where we are. We don't know what to expect of the future. We don't know what's coming next. I don't know what's happening next week. I don't know how my life will either stay the same or change. We have no control over these things. We don't know when we're going to be let out of quarantine, when it's going to be safe to go outside again. If it's going to be safe to go outside when they do let us go outside. It's like, I was talking about this the other day and saying, even if they lift this quarantine where we're living in 2 weeks' time, I'm not sure that I'm going to feel comfortable or safe going out for a good long while after that. I don't really want to be a guinea pig to see, oh, if we all go outside again, is it all going to flare up again, and are we going to have like a relapse? Well, I don't want to be part of that experiment, and I think the problem is that it is going to be an experiment, and they can make assumptions based on what's happened elsewhere when they've done these experiments, but they can't really decisively conclude, and so we will be guinea pigs. And I don't want to be a guinea pig. So as much as I want to go outside, and I'm really missing outside, and like I'm really missing outside, and I'm starting to feel really ungrounded now with the living 5, 6 floors up, um, and not having any contact with the ground, with the earth. Um, and so yeah, it's kind of troubled, challenging mismatch of emotions going on, and not really knowing what they're all about and what to do with them. And so I thought that the best thing to do would be to pull a card and do a card reading along with this discussion. And so you'll have to forgive me because I'll be holding the card up and then I'll be looking at it while I read it, so you won't be able to see the card throughout. But I thought I wanted to show my face and say hello, as opposed to just shooting on the card alone. So the question that I asked is like, how can I best support my heart today? And so it's like, how can we, you, me, all of us, best support our heart today? And the card that came up was the Ace of Wands. So you can take a look at it now and see that it's this like spiritual hand coming out from these clouds. And it's got a halo around it. And then there's a wand, which is made out of a tree branch. And the sky is clear and blue. And in the background, there's a castle. There are hills, there's a stream, there's trees, and further back there are mountains. So this card is a card all about creativity and about growth and about building things for the future. Wands are for manifesting, and so this wand, the Ace of Wands, is the first of the suit of wands. That means it's like a beginning of something. It's like the initial spark. So, it's like if you build a fire out of wood and you light it, the Ace of Wands is like the first flame, the first little bit when it just kind of like the fire ignites and maybe it's burning the lighter blocks underneath and it hasn't quite caught the twigs yet and you're not sure which way it's going to go. Is it going to take hold and create a beautiful fire, burning all the logs for you? Or is it going to snuff out and extinguish? And so that's what the Ace of Wands is. It's like a potential new idea or opportunity or something to do with spirituality, because it's like this hand is coming out of the clouds, it's coming from heaven, from above, and it's bringing you this gift, and so it's this new idea, this new thing, and it's encouraging you to go forward with it. So the card is basically saying, if you've had this new idea, if you have an intuition, a belief within yourself about what you should be doing, or something that you started doing, you're toying with doing, now is the time you're being encouraged to go forward with that, to pursue it and to see what happens. And maybe it will become something, like it will catch and ignite and create this beautiful big fire, this furnace of energy, and maybe it won't, and that doesn't matter. That's not the point, and that's not the healing. Is not within that. The healing in terms of how can I heal my heart is in pursuing that creative pursuit, is in like taking up the wand and traveling with it, and enjoying the journey along the way. And the journey along the way is encouraging, and it's uplifting, and it makes you feel good, and that will heal your heart, because it's like you're pursuing the castle on the hill. You see this beautiful castle, this beautiful home on the hill, and it's this kingdom that you want to venture towards. And this gift, this wand, this idea that you're creating, this is like the first step in towards achieving the spiritual wealth, or the material wealth, or the relationship wealth that you are trying to build, that the castle is. And so this card is basically saying, like, the way to heal your heart, to open your heart, is to step forward and start something new. And it's something creative but something spiritual at the same time, trying to unite the two together. So it's a love project. And so what at the moment lights you up, what makes you happy, what fills you with excitement, what makes you want to wake up in the morning and get seated at your desk or at a table, or wherever you're working from right now, wherever your creative space is right now. What makes you want to go and show up and start to do stuff? What do you want to research right now? What do you want to spend time doing right now? Okay, that's the thing that you should pursue. And so it's like, take baby steps and understand that along the way, there will be challenges. It's like, you've got this lake, this river running across the middle of the card. The bottom center, like here in the card. and it's blocking your path from where you are right now to where you want to go. So there'll be challenges. You'll have to figure out how to cross the river, and figure out whether it's a friend or foe. And then you've got the hills that you have to climb in order to get to the castle. So there are obstacles along the way. It won't be easy. It's not plain sailing. It's not a smooth straight road. It's certainly not a yellow brick road. But it will be worth it, because when you get there, if you get there, then you have the promise of the kingdom, of the castle, and the riches of that. And so believe in yourself, trust your intuition, allow yourself to be heart-led. Like, what brings me joy, what lights me up, what excites me. Follow that, follow those messages from yourself, trust yourself, and trust the messages that are being presented to you. So, okay, what's arriving in your inbox? What messages are you seeing when you go on the internet, when you're online, when you pick up a book? What's the messages that are coming across? When you're having a conversation with someone, what is the message that's coming across? It's like, okay, take time to write down the common themes in your life right now, the things that keep cropping up, and use them to guide you if you're stuck, if you need some encouragement and help. So yeah, I wish you fun with that venture. I encourage you to step onto the path and to start this adventure, because the benefits will be worth it. So I wish you great healing in your heart, and openness and joy, yeah, and I send you lots of love, and I hear you, I see you. We are all going through this together. We've all got these same emotions that we're dealing with, and doing fun projects, joy projects, play projects, and doing our own self-healing and self-development. These things can all help us profoundly, and make it a more comfortable journey, and make it less scary. And I think that's really important. It's like, how can I make this journey more useful? How can I make this journey worthwhile? How can I make this journey count when I come out the other side of it? And how can I be okay with it along the way? How can I enjoy it? How can I get excited about it? And how can I heal through doing daily things? So yeah, good luck, and see you next time.